na momya go tie JJ Rawlings so ka asemi na uti asemi wi a na ma kire JJ Kuffuor nipa oye ansa na ye wura wagon nim wagon na koku ba ko say ndem nchire ma Ghana fo ntino. This is JJ Rawlings.
Until I left all my life together with that of my wife, until I left office, schooling, officer, and until I left office in the year 2000, I never had a foreign account. Never. The CIA, the German intelligence, British MI5, your Italians, the French, all of you go and look into every bank account and to tell the world whether my wife and I ever had $1, 1 penny anywhere in any bank in any part of the world before I left office. I never did. Interestingly, and it never occurred to me, I had no desire for it. The only time it struck me that I needed a foreign money was when my wife was ill. And it was a situation we could not deal in my country, in Ghana. You know, and we looked for the most affordable place, which was in a university in Europe. That was the first time I suddenly realized how naked I was in terms of, I couldn't even save my wife's life, a very noble lady who had been through trying times with me. That's when I started calling around the world, friends, can you help, etc. So having no account, oh, by the way, before I left office, we knew she was going to have this operation, so we had even put a little money aside. I think it was about $22,000 it was going to cost us. My wife is asthmatic, and over the years, it has developed its side effects, you know, both in her intestines and other complicated places. So it was going to be quite an expensive, this thing. And you listen to me carefully. I was looking around the world. Anybody help me? It's not for myself. I have no account. This is the address of the hospital. This is how much it's going to cost. I mean, it was the most shocking, painful experience I'd been across, that I could hardly get any assistance early enough. My government, who knew, the new government, who had taken over from me, who knew I needed help and that we had made preparations, refused. On the last day before we were to leave, she was supposed to be on the operation table on the 22nd of a certain month. 2 days before, that's when I got a letter from the president's office, a 3-page letter, conditions I had to fill, a whole lot of rubbish. We got a ticket, we flew to London. This president, or this man who was a president who had been in office for almost 20 years, 10 years, 18, plus whatever it is, 8 plus another 2, almost 19, 20 years. I had no dollar account anywhere, and I had to stop in London to borrow money from someone so that I could go and do my wife's operation. Parlando di put a little money aside. On the last day before we were to leave, she was supposed to be on the operation table on the 22nd of a certain month. 2 days before, that's when I got a letter from the president's office, a 3-page letter, conditions I had to fill, a whole lot of rubbish. We got a ticket, we flew to London. This president, or this man who was a president who had been in office for almost 20 years, 10 years, 18, plus whatever it is, 8 plus another 2, almost 19, 20 years. I had no dollar account anywhere, and I had to stop in London to borrow money from someone so that I could go and do my wife's operation. You listen to me carefully. 8 about 8,000, you know, to take care of her needs, etc., into the hotel. 22,000 it was going to cost us, either dollars or euro. I think it was dollars, into the hospital. When the operation, after a while, I had to leave and go back to Ghana and left her. Here's the shocking part of it. After the operation was done, on borrowed money, people don't believe it, but it's true, on borrowed money, when the operation was done, she was discharged into the hotel so that she could be brought in once in a while, you know, for checkup, a review. Can you believe that when the driver of the embassy under the new government informed the ambassador that I have to take Mrs. Rawlings, you know, for a review, the ambassador said no. In Switzerland, the Ghanaian ambassador, it happened in Switzerland, said no. The driver was so shocked, he put the embassy car key on the table, went and used his own personal car to go and drive my wife to the hospital for the review. This is the kind of vicious petty-mindedness that you can sometimes run in parts of the world in terms of my relationship with this character that, you know, your Western powers or the Western powers have promoted, and they are trying to sanitize his image as if he's the cleanest, finest head of state in Africa. It's absolute rubbish. He's a criminal. He's a thief. He went around telling the world, wrote a letter to every bank around the world that I had stolen suitcases of money into bank accounts. I was trying to kill him, make a coup. I had stolen 19 cars, etc. All of them were false. I will not tell you something that the bank, it took 3 months for me to be able to open a bank account through somebody. Finally, when the bank manager was going to open that account for me, do you know what he told his Swiss friend? You can come and do it. Every day he goes there. Is it open? Is it open? Is it open? Finally, after 3 months, the man told my friend that he is one of the few African heads of state who does not own a foreign account. You can now come and open the account for him. I mean, the point I'm trying to make is, look at the difficulty I had from my own government, from outside. But then the other side of it is that to be so mean that not even the driver could send my wife for a review. That ambassador, for being so, he was so mean, the government withdrew every protocol facility as a former head of state. I have to carry my own suitcases, never mind. They even tried to get Swissair not to give me protocol. And Swissair told them, hey, you don't do that. They tried to campaign with other governments. Don't give this man protocol facility, etc. And yet, I'm supposed to have been the man who turned the situation round in Ghana, in West Africa. You know, so in effect, what I'm trying to say is that we've had a pretty rough time, but the more you show hatred towards your opposition, sometimes towards us, the more you get promoted in some parts of the world. It's not healthy. I mean, we must begin to stop treating oppositions and ourselves as enemies. We must begin to rather engage in constructive relationship, constructive criticism, and not attempt to destroy and to see the opposition as your enemy to be destroyed.
So this is JJ Rawlings telling us ordeals that occur after Kuffuor took power. Now more Monte Brofono, JJ Rawlings say yare. The no kakusi ani say ono free power. The man ni ba no hono so be hu say sebio me man ene omo a me komo omo no omo sebio omo di mhwamo ne say ne yare. Na ne yere ne anyina nim so asthma. Satana Kuffuor be di president. Ne yare no na afei o se ne ko abrochire. Ekohwe ne yare. Na oni account bia wo ekuro bia so wiase. Enti ni nyina ne se odi ne ni beto Kuffuor ban nim. O say Kuffuor ban the letter president emom the letter paper be miensa ba say on sign ne yiri wu. Kuffuor say mfa no ho. JJ Rawlings so tu kwan kwa abrochire kop sresre sika. ansana ne yire no enya hospital bi krampa kɔ amea sane yare na de na ya ne sɛ abrochire na ɔbaaye no na embassy na ye Ghana embassy ɛwɔ hɔ no na ɛwɔ sɛ car na ɔmo no ɔmo yi mu baako no ɔmo de ma driver no ɔde ne yire no wayɛ saa operation awie no check a follow up no na nka de bia na nkɔma bɛfa ne kakra na ɔmo de da kɔ hospital no ambassador ne ka kyerɛ driver ne sɛ Kuffuor sɛ mɛma ɔmo ntu car bia wɔ hɔ mfa JJ Rawlings yire na ɔyare na ɔwu no ɛntum ɛma driver no ɛyɛ ne ya to the point sɛ ɔde car na keys na ɛwɔ embassy wɔ no ɛma ɔmo no Kuffuor no ankasa ne car JJ Rawlings a former President of the Republic of Ghana. JJ Rawlings na ema ye constitution ema JA Kuffuor benya president ye. Se nkane JJ Rawlings anka Kuffuor anka sebe we kura city Kumasi. Ambassador ne ka kire eye driver ne say JA Kuffuor ka kire mo say mema mo fa car bia ma JJ Rawlings ene ne yire enko hospital nkɔhwɛ ne yire ma. Ɔse de na eya ne say eye Emwa ɛwɔ sɛ abanboa ɛyɛ any former president a otu kwan assistance your friend protocol ɛwɔ sɛ yɛboa o flight a wobɛfo baby abɛda security abɛma no JA Kuffuor gyi ni nyina fi JJ Rawlings nsɛm into oduru abrochire a ɔte sɛ any ordinary person na ɛdin ma no n'ani etutu ka ne nsɛm saa na Kuffuor ɛna ɛyɛ Ghana president a yɛ sika na wɔsɔ ɔde boa JJ Rawlings ɛde saving ne yere ɛde ma the protocol for sɛ ɔnyɛ. Kuffuor basically wanted Rawlings' wife to die because all withdraw protocols, all JK free of Muslim. So one person embassy in Babuamwa, then technically you want the man's wife to die. Adia mi boy, anyame nkwana miko, dia Kuffuor di JJ Rawlings. Na mika say nyubro bi ka say, hey, Rawlings no boa. JJ Rawlings di an ye ni mwandi sifo or ha ni kansam. JJ Rawlings munimu no me sure say MPP for the be better radio so ochna aka say hey Rawlings akotena brochire ena na okeka sa nsem no ni nyina atronko a no kra ba komponim nti it is Rawlings word against Kuffuor dia na Kuffuor kafa ho and makacha Ghana for say enya personal but it is important that we go back into history for us to know the kind of people are and JA Kuffuor should not be worshipped as one of the best presidents. He's the worst president. So what time will be cry? Na nyese nipa no eda owompa so. Kuffuor basically wanted Rawlings' wife to die. It's simple as that. Inti obi bega say Yet yani eka asema to Kuffuor so. Ya papa Kuffuor de wenyini. Ya papa Kuffuor de we di president. Can you tell him muadia na or tan Kuffuor we di Kuffuor tem no. And it's a bit about video na Rawlings ekasaya no. Now, imbre du ne ebusa Kuffuor sa asem wei eye no kre. Asema JJ Rawlings ka ye say oje protocol of Biafra ni nsem sika crowd be hwe ne ba ne yire hospital be o say o man we bua no wa ma na nsi wo so o make sure say ne ho be kire no ema ni ni atutu ka ni nsem eye no kre. An interview was conducted by Bolare any JA Kuffuor tenas no busa ne say sa asem wei eye no kre say wo di sa de we di JJ Rawlings mo me ko tie JA Kuffuor answer o maaye.
That's not how I'm sensitive.
Did you offend him personally while in government? Anything you know?
No, I don't remember doing it.
Do you regret withdrawing his diplomatic courtesies?
You don't know what he did to me?
Tell us.
Please, don't let's go into that.
No,
we are into
so
Christmas.
Was it payback time? You said
not payback, but I was the sitting head of state. He was former. And the sitting, in a way, personifies the states. When you go out to some foreign land to describe your sitting head of state, incompetent, disgrace to the nation, and that sort of thing. Suppose it were his time, you think we could say that about him and come back to Ghana? From what we all know. So that was what I said, look. And it was not as if I went out to do anything. He came after such a trip, blurting out all these things, to ask that courtesies be extended. So I said, no. When you use the word courtesy, you should know that it's give and take. Next time, we withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I...
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered the opportunity, would you want to ask him?
We withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered the opportunity, would you want to ask him what you have done to him?
Occasionally, we meet at some function, we shake hands. And the wife is in a way a distant relative of mine from Kumasi.
So what's your relationship with his wife?
These days, fine.
These days?
These days, fine.
But in the past, it wasn't?
Some time ago, there were things that really disturbed. And I expressed my displeasure in ways for her to know that she needed to go gingerly.
But these days?
Oh, now I believe we are fine.
You believe or you know?
I believe. That, let me say it from my perspective.
Yes.
I hope she feels the same as I feel. I'm sensing.
Did you offend him personally while in government? Anything you know?
No, I don't remember doing it.
Do you regret withdrawing his diplomatic courtesies?
You don't know what he did to me?
Tell us.
Please, don't let's go into that.
No,
we are into
so
Christmas.
Was it payback time? You said
not
he did
payback,
to you.
not payback, but I was the sitting head of state. He was former. And the sitting, in a way, personifies the state. When you go out to some foreign land to describe your sitting head of state, incompetent, disgrace to the nation, and that sort of thing. Suppose it were his time, you think you could say that about him and come back to Ghana? From what we all know. So that was what I said, look. And it was not as if I went out to do anything. He came after such a trip, blurting out all these things, to ask that courtesies be extended. So I said no. When you use the word courtesy, you should know that it's give and take. Next time, we withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
What?
We withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered?
That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered?
That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered the opportunity, would you want to ask him what?
It's one gasawati. Bolare Busan say, Kuffuor, JJ Rawlings, I can't say maybe I found him. Osina na yiri de uwom paso as a former president oba wo for mwa ema sebio wa ban no eheda yimuni say ombre na na yiri nka krampo nka onwu asemwe enokre osia enokre ana Bolare Busan say enti JJ Rawlings in sama na okanyina say na weni da ho ena wo ye de wo ye ne say na yiri be free ne nsa abro ye former president o say an ena Bolare say e die pa na Rawlings de ye o die boni na odidi wu e die na Rawlings na yiri e de ye wo ama a former president a obeto na wachechire mai ma unya bi abedi no utumi hyeda say na yiri ewu da ewom pass no utumi yi weni say owu kura nka wo pe die pa na Rawlings de ye o say o Rawlings there, Rawlings here and say Rawlings kwa abrochira also ono Kuffuor no incompetent. Na Kuffuor aban na oye no aban nya aban pa o say enu nti. God damn it, man. This is vindictiveness, pettiness to the highest level. This man Kuffuor. Na and the man for to odi matem. Kuffuor no masem and na midjudwe ma kire Ghana for. O say adikudi enti anka o ma JJ Rawlings yire wu. Or JJ Rawlings, the diplomatic D and D in African because Rawlings kwa abroche mrebino or kokasa ka say or no Kuffuor ye incompetent or no Kuffuor no abano or chichiri Ghana on chichiri ni ye and nuntina yani sika na da ho na onfamboa former president onfanhwe ne yiri onfam protect mo se wanye. It was JJ Rawlings ekwo nanti abroche a ne yiri yakwaje ni to hospital or ma embassy no edina of just a car no Rawlings ba fi no ka kire de say JJ Bekachen say, oh, anka ope eyedian sa assistance no or say a one catcher Rawlings say. So I could abroach our me incompetent. Ye be yin into whatever make JJ Rawlings a former president and the Kuffuor our protection over every single thing I demand edi a shadow who yare no and the Kuffuor catcher say or catcher JJ Rawlings say or GBB free Rawlings in same adentra. JJ Rawlings akokase or no Kuffuor ye incompetent to abroach. This is a wicked man. Minyamba Kweku Bako sponsored part so I'm making you understand nipa JJ Kuffuor ye nipa yeso we Ghana ni or abadaye we oni abadaye na me dwen se Kuffuor beka se JJ Rawlings kumi maame JJ Rawlings kumi nana JJ Rawlings repeat me ba ana me yire or see Rawlings kwa broche keke koka say na aban ne nya aban pa na ono Kuffuor no oye incompetent enunti enanka ohwe enihan ema Rawlings yiri ne wu na onim Bularesa abusa ne say na ne yire no one ne fine also first na me ne fine but sisia no me ne fine meaning that time no he didn't like the wife and he didn't like Rawlings, and if they had died he would have been happy about it because who studied the custody more also in canon de na me ne nka enti in canon no that time na one ne nka no o te se ma me ne yare o do won paso Rawlings hiamboa no anything no share that and make sure say oh nya sa assistance no na ne yiri kunedu ewu so Kuffuor basically decided to commit murder with the power we have given him. Yes, Kuffuor was committing murder because he knew what he was doing. He deliberately decided to take all those things from Rawlings for the wife to die because those times not in the wife they say we are not in the kunu. Into this man, how can anybody in Ghana tell me say wey a man me ekwamiti hey Ghana nia or ye bebunu this record where nipa also gina stage I can tell me say koto abama we na me do Ghana. This man has never loved Ghana. He has always been a selfish, vindictive man. And I know the one JJ Rawlings situation mu. I know the one Rawlings situation mu. As a former president, why you cool? Ya what bre now abe what trans say yenye constitution for one Rawlings situation mu. For once, it does not matter how much you hate Rawlings, but put yourself in Rawlings' situation, his shoes, and then ask yourself this question: Papa Woye Nipa, I was in the Ghana, say he is one of the best presidents. Actually, Nipa Kubia Bodam, I don't person will criticize impression to a team. Whatever I'm saying here, I'm giving you receipts. It is not personal. This is the history of JJ Kuffuor when he was given power.